To Manga Palate, where I, Pasticia Luna, and my co-host, Manga Chef Isaiah, introduce yourself. Hey, hello, come on.
Yeah, Manga Chef Isaiah.
I love that you were like wicked quiet on that when I was
I
like,
thought you were gonna say something else.
yeah, this is going off on a rollicking good start. Okay, fuck it. We watch stuff and then compare it to food. Or eat things, all things depending. So this week, Manga Chef Isaiah, you chose...
Hajimete no Garu.
Yay! I really like Hajimete no Gyaru. I'm glad you chose this. So it first started serialized in November 26th of 2015 and is written by Meguro Ueno, and he has never really done shit. And I think that's kind of interesting. Because most of the time you end up with like a guy that's been working on a bunch of different things and then one of them kicks off, you know? But he hasn't done else. I mean, he did one other thing. I found that out. But it wasn't his work, it was another guy's. So he did art for a porn thing, which, you know, lots of people get their work in porn. But like it's mentioned when like the thing is over at the back, he's like, "Hey, by the way, my manga Hajimete no Gyaru's out, please buy." And I was like, "Yeah, okay. That's fair." So yeah. There was an anime for it, but we're not talking about the anime. The anime was all kinds of messy.
It kind of rushed everything.
There's a lot of shit was out of order too, which again isn't necessarily a bad thing. I just wasn't into it, just like Jitsu wa Wataswa, where I was like, "Oh, all that other stuff I like, where is it?" It's like, not here. I'm like, "Oh, okay." So you chose it. Do you want to tell everyone what Hajimete no Gyaru is?
Sure. Hajimete no Garu is...
Wow. Did you even begin to say that? What? Yeah, like that was...
I said Hajimete no Garu.
Yeah, okay, that was a little clearer this time. Sounds like you were trying to mumble your way out of it a second ago. Like, alright, yeah.
Yeah,
Go
I
on.
said it. It's about Juichi's first girlfriend.
Junichi Hashiba.
Yeah.
What a fucking loser. I love him. He's great.
Yeah, it's just about his relationship with his gal girlfriend, Yame.
Yukana Yame. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's amazing. This guy didn't even ask her out because he really liked her. But now he's all the way in.
What do you mean he didn't ask her out?
I mean, he didn't ask her out because he was like into her.
Oh yeah, you're
He
right.
asked her out because his friends were like, "Do it," and he was like, and I was like, "Do it." Don't you know, girls are like really easy. She'll probably like fuck you minute one, and he's like, "Really? No." And he did it. Did it. He asked her out, and then at first she was like, "Are you fucking serious? I saw you earlier. You're that guy who had a porn magazine in his pocket. I mean, in his bag." And she's like, "Yeah." She saw that. Oh no, right? That is her. And she goes, "You know what? You're okay. Fine. Let's go out." And it's like, "Oh, that worked?" Because he did a dogeza. Do you even know what dogeza is? Do I have to say that?
I'm guessing it's the vowing.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not a regular bow. Dogeza's like you go all the way to the ground, like with your head prostrated, as if they go like, "Please have mercy." Like it's not a thing you just do. It's a thing you do when you're like old people, like old stupid like classical Japanese literature talks about it being like the biggest show of humility. Like people don't really do that. So it was like when his friend was like, "Hey, do it, but like also do a dogeza, she'll be into it," and it worked. It's kind of amazing. Also, like his friends were like, "Dude, did you really tell him to do it like that?" He's like, "I was fucking with him. I didn't really mean it," and then it turns out he super did it, dogeza and everything.
It's because he really wanted to graduate.
Graduated from his virginity, as he
Yeah.
keeps using it. Which, yeah, okay. I Man, he has a lot of like just weird, dirty daydreams.
Yeah.
It's like every other chapter is him fantasizing about her going like wanna fool around. He's like, it's kind of amazing. What a fucking goof. I love that. Is that like his friends are worse though.
Um.
Friends are awful.
Yeah.
Friends are bad. So I mean, yeah, ultimately it's a harem thing. So there's Yukana Yame, who is Junichi's girlfriend. Then there's Nanko Honjo, who is Yukana's best friend. There's Nene Fujinoki, who is a childhood friend of Junichi, and then Yui Kashi, who is their classmate and the student council president or whatever. And yeah, I mean, with the exception of Ranko, they're all kind of interested in Junichi. Although I'm not even sure what Ranko's about. I like her
Yeah.
the
So.
best, but like I have no idea where this girl stands. Like, yeah, she loves Yukana, but like, how far are you going for this? What are you willing to do? I don't get it. I love it.
She says she wants to make her friend happy, but she also might like Juichi.
But then also, sometimes she flips with Junichi just as an excuse to get Yama to dump him. But then that doesn't work out, and then she feels weird about what she did because she made Yukana sad. And remember
Yeah.
that time they were at the beach, and then like fucking so like Nene likes Junichi from minute one. She's liked him since they were kids, and then like Ranko goes, okay, here's what we're gonna do. I want you to go with Junichi on a little boat onto the ocean. Do whatever the fuck you want. I'm gonna be over here hanging with Yukana, and she's not even gonna notice what's happening. And it's like, oh, okay, wow, all right, running it like that, cool, whatever. And then like Nene, as she does almost every time they're alone, sexually assaults him.
Super
Can I
hard.
just say, like, Nene's Gyaru talk is like really weird.
How
Like
so?
weirder. It's antiquated. It's like someone saying groovy, like now, or
It's
like
like she read it
saying
from a magazine.
boss. Yeah, it's like she read it from a super old magazine though. Like she read it from Girls Walker in '98. Like not a Girls Walker, like not one now. And, like you know how like some people are like saying, "Oh, yo, that shit slaps" for like music. Like they're saying it's like really cool.
Hmm.
Okay, it's like if she said that 40 years after that was cool.
Uh.
It's so weird. Like sometimes I'll say shit's rad because that's just how I talk. And I used to grow up watching a lot of movies and shit from like the 80s and stuff. So like it's not super weird if you know me, but it's like if I said, "Yo, check it, that's boss." Like not even the very generic thing from like the 80s, like the really obscure shit. Like there's a part where she says "mm" as like a word. And it's like, the fuck does that mean? And then it's like, oh, Majimoko, oh, she said MM as in like, yo, like real seriously gross. But like, that's not a thing people say anymore. So it's amazing. It's like she found out like Hashiba has a thing for Gyaru, and then she was like, all right, how can I do this? And she just grabbed a whole bunch of old shit and was like, this'll work. Which is why whenever an uncle sees her, she's like, "Who's this half-assed Yaru?" It's like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, you don't. This probably isn't a thing that translates easy, but she is not talking the way you normally would.
I thought it was because she didn't really have the language, but not because it's like old. Just because she sometimes mixed in like her sister. personality.
She does say random shit, yeah. But like part of the way she talks as a gyaru is like antiquated, so it's like weird. It's like if you're talking to a girl and then she's like dressed in tie-dye shirts like from the 70s. And she's like, "This is cool, right?" And it's like, "Whoa, what? What's going on?"
Need to get back to her century.
That's not even like a complaint. Like I'm not mad at her about it. I think it's adorable in its own way. I just think that like that's probably why Yame and like Ranko don't take her seriously.
Yeah.
Like you know how like you kind of like because Nene fucking she's hardcore. She goes all in. There's that time she was completely naked in his bed and said like let's go, and he like he said no, but like Yame doesn't take her seriously because she's like younger and she talks all goofy and fucking weird and it's like yeah I can't even be kind of afraid of you of taking my boyfriend when you're like this.
Jeez.
And I mean yeah all right.
So I guess Yui's the closest one.
Oh Kashi.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Kashi has the best chance at like getting him if like he's super much of a like give up kind of fuck it I'll go with anything. Like remember the first time Nanko's like sort of pseudo flirting with him to get him to break up with Yukana. She's like really aggressive and he goes like maybe I don't know like he has to, oh god his internal monologues are nuts. Can we talk about that?
Sure. The good side and the bad side, or
It's not even like good side and bad side. There's like 8 of them.
yeah.
It'd be one thing if it was like little angel and little devil. Like it's whatever. No. There's like part of him that says gross part. There's part of him that says negative part. There's part of him that says like, what is it? The handsome guy. There's like handsome guy personality. What does that mean?
I guess like
What is it?
I don't know actually.
Is it what he imagines like handsome guys are like, or like what?
I think that's what it is.
I don't get it. It's kind of amazing though. There's like that time where like fucking Yukana's like, "Hey, do you want to make out?" And then he's like, "Could this be a trick question?" Fuck.
And it keeps flashing back to the part where she said, what was it? You're not like ready, or
Oh no, it was something more to the effect of like you're overstepping your boundaries, virgin.
yeah, that.
And then he's like, "Oh," but yeah, and no, but then like it cuts to the 4 guys in his head, and then one of them is like, "She's probably fucking with this again," and the other one's like, "I don't care, I wanna grab them tits," and then like it's like fucking weird internal dialogue, and it happens a lot. Way less later on, but like at the beginning, there's a lot of that. It is amazing. Did they do that in the show?
Somewhat, yeah.
Sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay, I can't remember. I just, like, rereading this for the first time in a while since I've only been focusing on the latest chapters. I forgot that he used to do that all the time. That's, like, pretty nuts, dude. Like, all those internal dialogue stuff, like, just keeps going and going and going and going.
He's like so confused on what to do. So he just like stares at her like
Yeah. But it's like, you ever see that thing in SpongeBob where it's like, forget everything you know except for breathing and fine dining, and then it shows like a bunch of smaller versions of SpongeBob in his brain like running around and shredding stuff?
Mhm.
Remember that?
Mhm.
And he goes like, "Hey, if you don't cut that talk, I'm gonna fire you." And he goes like, "What? You didn't hire me. We're an abstract expression of thought." Like that's what it is. It's the same kind of just weird abstract expression of thought. So I wonder if it's like, is it that he's actually asking himself stuff, or is it that he's rolling through every possibility while he's just staring at her like open mouth, like, because it's not like, oh, 1 or 2 phrases. It's like a couple of pages of him arguing with himself.
I think he's just trying to make sure he doesn't fuck up.
Yeah, I mean, he's never really talked to girls, right?
Doesn't seem like it.
No.
This just happened because he got tricked by his friends.
Can I just say, like, his friends are awful. Their friends make me uncomfortable.
What was the most uncomfortable part?
Probably the karaoke thing, but there's a couple of other things. Like they told him to do it like when they were fucking around. They're like, "Go do it in Dogeza," right? But like the glasses guy, he had that thing where it was like, don't you know all they ever do is fucking karaoke halls? He's like, what? Yeah, that's what normal fags do. And I'm like, what is going on? What is this?
He sounds like the people from 4chan.
He sounds like one of those dudes. He sounds like an incel. It weirds me out. I don't know. Maybe it's because like guys like that always make me uncomfortable. Because I never really understood the whole thing of like blaming other people for your failings. Like I can't get a girlfriend, but it's his fault. Like I don't really get that. So it's like weird to watch him go like, hey, all they ever do, like that's what they do. That's what it's like. If it's like this weird fantasy of what regular life is like, you know? Because I don't know. I've gone to karaoke with girls in like groups and stuff where it's like 3 guys and 3 girls. You know what we do? We sing and then we like leave. I don't fucking. I don't know why he thinks like it reminds me of Mokochi, you know? Remember when she was like, hey, everyone's gonna go there and then they're gonna fuck, and she like starts making like weird conversations about dirty stuff that they're gonna do. It's
I
like,
don't want to remember.
have you ever gone there? I'm just saying, like I've gone, and you really just sing. As a matter of fact, the last time I went, like a bunch of girls were singing High School Musical shit, and I just had to sit there like, okay.
But you know what the weird part is?
What's that?
I think Yame thinks about it too.
What?
It seems like she has those fantasies and thoughts too when she's with Juichi.
Yeah, yeah. I would actually say that like part of it is Ranko telling her to do stuff. Because I remember, like, there's that part towards the beginning where she's like, hey, you want to grip my chest? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then he does it. And then she, like, backs up and goes, like, come on. Come on. And then, like, it cuts to her being on the phone with Ranko and goes, like, hey, I did that thing you told me to do? He actually groped me. Like, what the fuck? Like, part of it is Ranko telling her, hey, if you want to, like, go forward, you want to do this. But it's also partially sabotage. Only, like, now, way after the fact, that, like, they've been going out for a long time and stuff, and they made out and shit, does it seem like she's starting to become more ready for, like, stuff like that? But, like, at the beginning, it was very obviously just Ranko telling her, do this, and she's like, if you think it'll work.
Because she never had the...
She's never had a boyfriend either. Like, she gets jealous. I think that's kind of funny. Like, how often she gets jealous of other people.
To be fair, they're going hard.
Yeah. But I mean, like...
Not as hard as,
I was gonna say, you know him, though. Because, like, you know he's not gonna do shit. You know he's gonna back down. He's not exactly a carnivorous guy. He asked you out in a dogeza. Like, he's not, I don't think he's the kind of guy that cheats. If we're throwing that out there. Guy who's never had a girlfriend before is instantly gonna turn into, like, a womanizer. I don't know how likely that is.
No.
That's all I'm saying. Like, yeah, the girls are going hard, but you act like that's gonna do something. It's more just them, like, continually trying to knock down a brick wall. Which I'll admit, at the beginning, it was pretty close. But now he's, like, fully in on Yama, and he's like, no, I like her, and I want to lose my... Like, I think does he yell it or something?
Yeah, he does.
He yells it, right?
To Nene?
Yeah.
Or Ranko. I think both of them. Actually.
I mean, Ranko's the first one, and then Nene was the other one when she was naked in his bed.
What was the one when she was he was upstairs in her house?
That was Ranko, because that was like at the beginning. Because remember, like Yame walks in, and then like he has like her like Ranko's chest in his hands because he's like pushing her off.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. Yeah. Which, by the way, manga kind of dirty.
Kind of dirty.
Yeah, mostly because of his fantasy sequences. I would say it's less that like, oh hey, guess what? He's gonna like do weird shit more than he imagines weird shit's gonna go down. And then then he wakes up and goes like, oh yeah, why am I thinking about that?
To be
Because
fair,
like,
some stuff does go down, but not
not a
really.
lot though. It's not. It's like we said, like Nene is naked in his bed, but she doesn't do anything. She didn't actually do anything because he turns her down. I mean, look, man, when you've seen like Seito Kaicho got Okusama and like he literally sucks on her nips in episode 1, like, yeah, this isn't really all that bad. This is as aggressive as what's the name of that thing? 2W. I would say this is as aggressive of 2W. By the way, do you remember that bit where like he says like, yeah, I'm gonna touch your chest, it's gonna be great. And then there's like a Rito in the background with like his eyes blurred out. It's like, don't sue me, but you know what we're talking about.
No.
That's like in a panel, like in the, I want to say the 12th or 13th chapter. There's a bit where he's just like going like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and if I want to, I could even make it look like an accident. It's gonna be great. And then like in the back of the panel is fucking Yukirito from 2W, but like with a sensor bar over his eyes.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Just to go like, don't sue me, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember.
And I was like, that's great. I love that. So yeah, I would put this with like 2W.
I
Which
feel
is
like the relationship is better though.
Oh yeah. No, I'm talking about how overt it is though.
Uh,
I do like the dynamic more, but I feel like that's just because in 2W there's like 13 girls we have to go through.
I still feel like this is a
You have
pretty
to
high
divide
bar.
it up a lot harder.
We're setting out a pretty high bar though.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying. I've seen harder stuff. Like Seito Kaichu, Okusama ga Seito Kaichu is like in your face. Like it beats out Futari Echi, and Futari Echi is purposefully set up under the premise of look at this married newlywed couple trying to figure out how to have sex. Like that's nuts. Know what I mean? When that's the premise, when that's the premise, and we're already knocking that the fuck at the park, like that's nuts. But like, yeah, it's mostly his daydream sequences that are like very long, and they're all like sort of like porn, where he's like imagining she'll like come up to him and go like, "Hey, do you mind if I suck out the cream?" And he's like, "Oh." Like a lot of his thoughts, this feels like he was like watching porn and just imagined that's what real life is like. That's probably part of why I don't like his friends, because they act like that too. Like it's super unrealistic. But then again, I don't think they've ever really talked to girls. God, I was so mad when they went to karaoke in fucking costumes. I was like so pissed. I had a question. I gotta ask you this.
Okay.
How would you define normal fag? Because from my understanding,
And what
it's
perspective? Like an actual normal person or from theirs?
Because like it sounds like from their perspective, they're imagining what it means to be normal is to like have random outdoors like exhibitionism sex.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like that's what they think everyone but them does. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It seems like almost every time they talk about like being in a relationship, they're like, yeah, you like fucking, you go to a karaoke bar, you like make her moan into the mic. It's like, dude, that happens in porn. I'm not gonna say like no one's ever done that in real life, but I'm just gonna go out here and say not everyone has done that to the point where it's the normal thing to do. You know?
Yeah, I would say they think normal fags are just like hardcore
weird perverts, yeah. And on top of that, there's like the part of like, what? She's your girlfriend now. You could just like grope her, and it's like, no, that's not how that works. And then when they say stuff like that, I go, I'm not surprised you don't have a girlfriend. If anything, I'm mad that you're mad at your friend for getting a girlfriend. Because he followed the stupid thing, but now he's just being normal about it. Which, as normal as he can be, because he still has those very long-winded, dirty fantasies about nothing.
Yeah, and he doesn't like, actually, never mind. I'll say he doesn't talk to her much, but he does. He's actually with her most of the time.
Now he's normal, you know? Like, they go on dates and just hang out, and he tells her stuff honestly. But like at first, everything was under the premise of like, "Does it mean I'm finally gonna fuck her?" And it's like, dude, just give it a minute. Try to hang out for once. Know what I mean?
Because he needs to just chill. Because obviously,
I understand. Like
Yukane's not ready.
Being really aggressive isn't gonna get the win. You know. There's times to like go all out, and there's other times where you just fucking like lame it out, like it's cross Tekken. And this is the time you lame it out like it's cross Tekken. Which I will never stop saying that as long as I breathe. Whenever it's time to lame it out, I'm gonna end that phrase with like it's cross Tekken. I can't stop myself from saying that.
Did you see SNK Hironi's? It's
Heroin?
almost like cross Tekken. Yeah.
Almost like cross Tekken. Well, yeah. I mean, you only kill with supers, so it's also like PlayStation All-Star Battle Royale.
And you're right, it is the best super. Because I saw it at CEO Otaku. It was all Leona's. Because she has a one-hit super.
But she has a one-hit super, yeah. That's why it's the best. It's like almost instant. It's insane. How many other people have to like fucking like you gotta give them a couple of minutes or they gotta be like a projectile, like you can jump over that shit, like nah. It's literally all gonna be Leona. It's just fucking just bam, minute 1, you're dead. Like if you're gonna take it seriously, it's gonna be Leona. But I really don't feel like that's the game you take seriously.
They have the blur vision and it just looks like just censorship.
Do you remember what the premise of the game even is?
It's the Sand guy's dream or fantasy.
Yeah. So that's it. I mean, like, were we supposed to take this seriously? I don't think so. Boy, was that a tangent. But yeah, anything you want to say? I mean, I just want to talk about his friends being shitty at karaoke.
Like, I like every part that happens. Like, reading this is really easy overall.
It's good.
It's not too long, and I think everyone should like give it a chance. You know.
Yeah, it's a very. I feel like the only thing that might make people like go a little bit is how like kind of sexually suggested it is. But like it's honestly like it's mostly him going like maybe, and then nothing actually happens. There's that one time she kisses him and then walks it back.
I was gonna say, or that he's like kind of passive.
Yeah, he's a squishy guy.
That's most manga and anime guys. So.
Yeah, I mean, hey, honestly, if you're into harem stuff, the guy is almost always squishy. I don't think I've read a single harem thing where the guy is actually aggressive unless it's a villain. And it's like, that guy's a dirtbag. He uses women. Like, I've never really seen that guy as the lead, you know? Unless the gimmick is, he's so serious about everything he does, he ignores women around him. Which is a completely different thing. Like Asano Yoichi, where he's like, oh, he's all about the samurai stuff. So there's girls around him that like him, but he's like all about the samurai stuff. So he doesn't really think about it. Just like, wow, you're cool. It's like, yeah, aren't swords cool? And it's like, no, it's not. Although I laugh at that, but honestly, if you had me and guitars, it would kind of be the same thing. At least I've learned that in my experience, as it's been like, play guitar. Girls like, that's cool. I'm like, isn't guitar awesome? And I just won't shut up about guitar for like 40 minutes. Did I tell you that time that like I was like showing a girl guitar licks and like how to play stuff because she had a guitar, and then like after the fact she like asked me if I was gay, and I was like no, and she's like, and I was like why, and she was like because like you were seriously talking about the guitar, and I'm like the guitar is cool. And like yeah I know, I just I thought you were, and I'm like no, I just It's funny. If it's between a jazz master and like a girl who's like seems kind of into the jazz master, I'm picking the jazz master. When I'm not focused on the guitar, then I talk to girls. But other than that, is that a Vialta? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I'm like that. That like his friends being like really bitter about fucking random bullshit makes me feel weird.
because you're
Everybody's
serious about.
fucking, and I'm like, I don't know. Look, man, I think we both know that like I like talk to tons of people. Yeah,
Mhm.
you're aware I have lots of friends and then regular friends, right?
Mhm.
Right. So if anyone is known between our group to be like a kind of aggressive and carnivorous, it's me. Yeah, but like I don't talk about it all the time because that just seems weird. And when it comes to like actually doing stuff, like talking and hanging out with girls, like it's you don't. If you throw yourself at the wall, like you're just gonna get fucking beaten up. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you go
Like,
too
like you
hard.
don't. Yeah, like you don't get into the castle by like actually fucking smashing the wall with a hammer. And like maybe it's because I'm like that, and then beyond that, I'm like, I mean, like I don't know. Maybe it's because like I don't know. It feels like they're guys who only have sex on the mind, and it's because they've never had done it before. I think.
I think that's true. So they just guess what they do from like what they see
Yeah,
online.
like
So.
porn and stuff. Yeah, because I don't know. I had a friend, right? Like he was a virgin up until recently, and then like when he did it, like he told me he was like, "Hey, so like I finally lost virginity." I'm like, "Cool. How was it?" He was like, "Nice, but not the end of the world." And I'm like, "Thank you. I'm glad you understand that now." Because like I say that to people, but I feel like maybe I don't know. Maybe this is my experience with dudes who were like virgins for like wicked long. But it's like they assume you're lying when you say it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
They feel like no, you have to be lying to me because it's everything, and it's like nah,
No.
it's not. That's what I mean. But like if anyone's known to be like a gross carnivore about this, it's me. So I mean, like I can tell you this 100%. It's not that big of a deal. I mean, it's not. So it just weirds me out that like almost every time they're alone and talking about it, that's the first thing they go to. Did you fuck her yet? Yeah. It's like, dude,
And
stop,
they're
stop.
also
Okay?
ruining the relationship.
Yeah, they're
Like,
making it weird when he wants to hang out with his girlfriend, and then it's like, remember when it's like, hey, all right, so yeah, now I'm gonna talk about karaoke because I really want to fucking talk about how that weirded and pissed me off. So it's like, he goes like, hey, do you think you could set up a thing with your girlfriend and her friends so we can go to karaoke together? And it's like, okay, yeah, sure. It's like, yeah, because like they like I remember one of the first things they do when they talk to each other about like trying to get the. Remember how he gave him the movie tickets to the Precure movie? Well,
mhm.
like not Precure, but Precure.
Yeah, I remember.
Right. So he tells his friends, he was like, dude, I can't believe you gave him those really sweet tickets. He's like, yeah, well, I mean, if I do that for him, he'll hook us up with her friends and gals are sluts. And it's like, dude, that's awful.
He didn't even want to go see it with her. He was just like, oh, I guess I'm stuck doing this now.
Which I'm amazed the 17-year-old girl was super into Precure. But hey, what do you know? I like Shell by Rock, and Shell by Rock is not made for 23-year-old men. So who's to say who's allowed to like what?
Yeah.
Uh, we love Idolmaster, but I feel like Idolmaster is written for us.
I think we're into something that's not for 23-year-olds.
Lots of things we like aren't necessarily in for 23-year-olds. So I brought up Show by Rock. I'm like, I don't know if Show by Rock was meant for a 23-year-old. Little girl rock bands powered by the spirit of music and friendship.
Uh,
Sure, that's not supposed to be a thing for me, but I love it. Uh, Anywho, all right. So like we haven't really mentioned Kashi at all.
no. I
What do
mean,
you want to say about her?
kind of. I said she's the most, like, aggressive one.
I would say she has the most chance. Nana is the most aggressive.
Yeah, that's not.
She has the best of a chance. Yeah, but I mean, like we haven't actually talked about her.
I could say she's also a cosplayer and a webcam person.
streams.
Yeah.
Does streaming for all the people to get in on. Boa, right?
Boa-chan.
Right. I am. Hold on. Okay, like about that. She likes Tashiba, right?
Yeah.
Can we agree on that?
Sure.
But the way she likes him is different.
She sees him as an actual dog that doesn't obey her.
Sees him as a pet. Her number one pet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like servant number one, most important doggy. I think like she actually straight up calls him Wonton, which is like doggy.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, okay. But most of the time, like at school, she's very polite and proper, and then she gets to do her channel where she's like a huge bitch about things. And oh man, when she gets on about doggy, everyone's like, man, you really love doggy, don't you? And she's like, shut up, no, I don't. It's like, it's all you ever talk about.
She's like, no, my channel's being ruined.
Mm-hmm.
Because side conversations or something.
I wonder what she normally even talks about. Like, what even is it?
Probably dirty stuff. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know why, but I laughed at the idea of her streaming Overwatch. I literally chuckled to myself. I was like, Boa channel, I'm gonna play May. It's like, oh, okay. But then like 40-minute rant about doggy.
Oh, yeah. I hate this dog, he won't obey me.
Yeah. God.
I heard this dog is having a get together at the beach this summer.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make him go.
Started hanging out with this like gal, and like now he's getting all close with her when I'm supposed to be his owner. Like, I swear to God. And then you just hear die. I don't know why that's really funny to me.
Because probably you can see it happening in real streams.
Yeah. In my head, like it's just one of 17 different girl cosplayer Twitch streamers.
But I still like the part where she's like, so usually during the summertime my family goes, but I'm totally free this summer. And she just stares at him.
Yeah.
Totally free.
Oh,
totally free.
I love that. I love that
like
so much. Yeah, and he just stands there like, and she goes like, completely free. I have nothing to do. He's like, She goes like, just hang out.
And then
Remember
when he
that?
axes her, she's like, oh, since you insist.
Yeah. You know what? Why not? Yeah, let's do that. Remember that time they were walking around, like when she was in a regular school mode, and then like she fucking, they went to that park where everyone was like making out?
Mm-hmm. And she just lost it.
Oh yeah. She flipped, she didn't know what to do.
It reminds me of the student counselor from Aho Girl.
Oh yeah. Can I just say, I really like her snake motif.
Me too.
It's a solid thing. Like no one else really has motifs like that, because like Ranko's thing is she has darker skin because she's like 10. Yame wears baggy socks, which I cannot fucking stop freaking out about.
In a good way?
Yes. That's not a thing you see anymore.
No.
At least no, because that stopped in like the 80s. So like
she also has big jewelry, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean the scrunchie's not that much of a thing.
No, the jewelry on her arm and her ears has the big hoops.
Does she have the big? Oh, you mean Ranko? Because Ranko has the big.
No, Yame.
Yame doesn't have earrings at all. What? Oh, she has like the scrunchie on her arm, and then the other one's like bracelets.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No, but I thought you meant like earrings.
I'm pretty sure. I think he was. Never mind. She was like, fantasizing about it.
Ranko has big ass hoops. That's why I was like, oh, okay, that's a cool thing. She has the hoops and then the little necklace, and then Yame has another necklace that's like it. Well, Kazi has like a snake motif with her shit going on. Like like fucking what is it? What was I gonna say? Okay, so like Kashi has the little thing on her hair, right? The little snake thing, and then when she's dressed as Boa, she has the little necklace, but it's
Yeah.
also a snake thing.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, okay, that's neat. And then Ranko gets her like a darker skin thing and then big hoop earrings. And Yama wears baggy socks, which is like, oh shit, like no one does that anymore. I like it. I dig it. That's a cool thing. Just like Ranko's big hoops is like, oh, that's interesting. Or Nene's like crazy ass pink hair.
And a star. On her
It's a
chin.
wig, right?
Yeah, it's a wig.
Yeah, because like
No, she got
she
her
has
hair
her
done.
brown hair immediately.
But she got
Like
her
her
hair done for like $1,000 or $100. So, I don't know.
But was that dyeing part of it? I'm not sure. Because remember, there's that part where, like, right after he turns her down, she shows up with the brown hair.
Hmm.
And it's like, oh, did she do her, like, did she get her hair done again? But then she comes back with the pink hair. I'm like, wait, no, is that a wig or, like, what's happening?
It's not entirely clear.
It's not very clear. No,
I want to say it's a wig.
I want to say it's a wig, yeah, because it's too sudden. It's too many quick shifts. Like, dyeing your hair is not really easy. I would know.
I think get it perfectly like that all the time.
Yeah. God, hair is such a thing to fucking do. And I just, like, it's so much work to, like, really make it work. Which is why sometimes when, like, people draw all types of crazy-ass hairstyles, I'm like, that's neat, but that is super not functional.
Like Yame's is super hard.
I mean,
I think.
it's mostly split ponytail. Because remember, there's all those other times where she just has her hair in a braid. Like,
With the
it's more
scrunchie,
about...
yeah.
It's more about sculpting than it is about, like, actual hair difference. By which I mean, like, Nene's is fucking wildly different. Like, that's why I feel like it's a wig. Because, like, Kashi does the thing as Boa, right? With the twin tails, but that's a wig. You see her put on the wig.
Yeah. Yep.
Like, Yama's, like, ponytail seems like it's, like, a bit less work. And her uncle's hair is just... It's nice as it is. It reminds me of Ritsuko from fucking... Or like Azusa when she gets her haircut in Idolmaster. Yeah. I'm gonna bring up Idolmaster again. Don't you expect anything less than me.
Now that I watched Petite Idolmaster, you bring up Idolmaster as what you want.
Look, I like Idolmaster a lot. It's a very well-known thing about me if you've ever had me talk about anime for longer than 20 minutes. It's like, hey, have you watched Puchimasu? Or what you know about Idolmaster? If we're ever like, hey, you want to talk about Princess Maker Refined 2? That's super fun. Did you play the first one? No. Okay. Have you ever played Idolmaster? Like, there's a way to get it in there every single time.
Or that girl looks like the girl from Idolmaster. Or
yeah?
she acts like the girl from Idolmaster.
I have this to say. You laugh at me. You're like, huh, almost everything goes... No, but I was, like, looking at something today. I can't remember what. I feel like it was an actual music video. I was like, man, that girl's got a big-ass forehead. Like Iori from Idolmaster. Like, that was a real thought that went through my head.
Oh, boy.
Like, I was like, oh, the side thing where, like, you brush the bangs back a bit more. Like Iori from Idolmaster. That's a real thought I had, like, today. What was it? Oh, I was watching the Oricon chart videos. That's it. But yeah, Boa. Remember that time she got drunk and just started going, like, on it?
Yeah, she was just at the hotel.
All of them were drunk, which I'll say this again. I don't know how that happens in anime, but I've never met anyone who, like, eats a thing with alcohol in it not knowing it has alcohol in it. Have you ever seen that?
I mean...
Have you seen alcoholic sweets at all? Because I've seen tons of, like, whiskey bonbons.
Yeah, whiskey bonbon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But, like,
I think they eat it, but they'd still like, oh, this has alcohol in it. But they don't,
but
like,
that's what I
have the
mean,
whole
like...
thing. And, like,
No, but I mean, like, why the fuck would you let someone imbibe alcohol without knowing it? That feels duplicitous. Know what I mean? It's like, I don't hand you a drink and then go, oh, hey, by the... Like, if there's liquor in it, I would mention, hey, by the way, this is alcoholic. I wouldn't just give it to you.
Or you can smell it.
Yeah, because they're like 16. They shouldn't be drinking. I'm just saying.
I wasn't sure what the drinking age in Japan was.
18.
Oh, okay.
But even that's my point. It's still it's underage drinking, and you should know before stuff like that. Because the lady just gives him the candy, right?
Yep.
Like she gives him the candy, and then she gives
That was
Junichi the
Shinpei's
candy.
aunt, right?
Was
Like,
it?
I think
It was
so.
a relative, yeah, but I can't remember which one.
She was also gross.
Yeah.
She does
Yeah.
the bathhouse thing where she takes the names like male bath and switches it
Oh
to
yeah, she
female.
switched the nameplates. That was
Oh.
a dirty move. That was not cool. That was not cool. Oh, hey, about fucking Boa, or I guess Yui. I like that at first she goes like fucking Yame, but then when she finds out Nene and Ronko like fuck with him a bunch, she goes she's more worried about them than Yame because she goes they would probably just actually rape him or something. It's
Yeah.
like, man, that's for Nene that's not too bad of a guess, but like Ronko doesn't actually care, or maybe she does,
It's
according to
not
the last
clear.
couple of chapters.
Yeah.
What are we at now? As of this
63.
recording, we're at 63?
Mhm.
I, man, I, I really like this manga.
And every chapter is like a cliffhanger, and it starts with my first.
Oh
Yada,
yeah,
yada, yada. I like
Hajimete
that
no
too.
yada yada. It's a nice naming convention, yeah. Okay, but yeah, so to bring it back to the thing I didn't get to finish before, when his friends go to the karaoke thing, one of them is dressed as Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Yep.
They push on and on like, hey, we're your friends. Aren't you gonna do something cool for us? Like have us meet with your girlfriend's friends because they just assume they're gonna get in. And then that doesn't go well because they're fucking idiots. I don't know, man. Like it feels like he put himself out there for his friends and then they fucked it up. And it bugs me. It bugs me a lot.
Is it because like they had a really good chance of like actually starting something,
Yeah, they could have actually just talked,
but
you know,
didn't?
and made friends.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, even if like, all right, like who was there? Like Ranko, right?
Mhm.
Right. So you didn't have a chance with her, but even then, if you like just made cool with her, then you can meet her friends, you know, and then maybe start expanding your social circle and finally meet a girl you're like interested in. I guess it's just that it feels like they're shooting themselves in the foot, and then they're mad about it. Because then they're mad at other people for it. It's like, shut the fuck up! You came in cosplay! What made you think that was a cool move? I don't know, it burns me. It burns me up inside. It's like say I have a friend who's like, oh, I never really talked to girls. So I invite him to go hang out with me and some friends and some girls, right? And I'm like, hey, those two of those four girls are single, so like if you want, go talk to them. And then he shows up in like a shirt that says old pie on it. I'd be like, I'm gonna fucking punch you. I am so mad at you. Cause like sometimes you can get in by being funny, but you'll never win being goofy. I've learned this. Because there's a gap between funny and goofy. Funny's like, haha, that's cool. Goofy's like, ha ha, yeah, but like, stay away from me. And I just makes me so mad. So mad.
Did you want to see them succeed or like have a chance?
I just wanted them to not be fuck ups, I guess. Maybe that's it. It's like I wanted them not to fuck up. I wanted them to actually pull out all the stops on this one. But instead, like, they do that thing where it's like, remember that time where, like, Ranko's kind of coming on to him the first time? And then, like, he tells his friends, and then his friend with the glasses is like, why don't you just, like, be both of their, like, sex slave things? And he's like, what? He was like, if you're not gonna do it, give me the chance! I'll kill you! I'm like, dude, tone it down. Just, you don't gotta be at 11 all hours of the day. Do you? And there's a friend who's just like a lolicon from minute one. I was like, okay,
He doesn't
fine.
have interest in them.
You know what? You're fine. You're okay. Well, no, he was interested in Nene. Because
Because
I guess Nene looks way younger.
he was like, she could pass. I don't think he was interested in her.
No, dude. Remember when like Nene walked up and was like, "Hey, so like I'm gonna go do something." Like he walked over, it's like, "So you want to hang out with your big brother, huh?" And then she's like, "Yeah, fuck you. You're gross." Like he was like drooling when he was saying hello to her.
Oh, I thought he was just like fantasizing about like a younger girl. Or pretending
Yeah.
it was her, but not really her.
No, no, he went up to her. It was when she had her hair done up in brown. And she's like, "So, I tried to go with the other kind of look, you know?" And he goes like, "Oh, well, you know, you look nice." And Yama compliments her too. She's like, "Oh, that's really cute." And then like that's when she's like, so you know, I guess I'll leave you alone." And then the lolicon guy goes like, "So, you want to hang out with your big brother?" And she's like, "No, you're gross." And she just leaves, and he's like, "Oh." I'm like, you can't walk that back. That guy's done. That guy's dead in the water. And the glasses guy, he's like running at 11 all hours of the day.
So I guess the blonde guy is the only.
Maybe the
one.
blonde guy has a chance. I don't know. He hasn't really said anything. The only time he really says anything is at the beginning when he tells his friend to go fuck off for like having a girlfriend.
Yeah, the normal fag.
Yeah. Which again, I just want to reiterate. What do you think normal fag actually means? Because from my understanding, because we hang on 4chan and shit, we talk to people like this. From my understanding, a normal fag is just a person who's like has average contact with people.
I think it's everyone that doesn't think like them about relationships and friendships.
I don't know, because I mean, sometimes I see them go like, "Whoa, wait, you got to hang out with like this kind of person and just go to a party? Wow, what a normal fag!" Like that doesn't even imply sex. That one was just like, "Oh, you went to a party," you know?
So maybe it's more like any social.
That's what I
they
mean.
don't
Like
have.
it seems to me that like someone with an average sense of like social norms, it feels like that's what they define as normal fag. But then these guys don't even talk about that. They just talk about like going out with girls and fucking all the time. So it's like it doesn't even seem like they're trying to talk to people. Like what? You just like sitting in your little circle, like sharing porn mags with each other?
They are.
I don't. They're not happy because they yell at them about it. If they were happy, that'd be one thing, you know. But instead, they go like, "Go die." It's like they're mad or jealous.
I think they're jealous.
I guess jealous. Yeah, let's go with jealous. I don't know. It's just, man. I don't know. It reminds me of like tons of dudes I know that are like just awful human beings. That they'll call a girl a slut, but then like whine about never having sex. It's like, what are you complaining about? Why don't you start talking to that girl you think sleeps with everybody? So she won't sleep with me. It's like, no, they're not everybody, huh? I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been around girls for so long that I'm like, I realize that women are all damn near not really different than guys. They talk about pointless bullshit that's stupid. Or things that no one gives a shit about. Does that mean?
No.
I feel like almost everyone I know talks about pointless shit. Like I was hanging out with a girl and she just went on and on and on and on about some show I didn't watch. And I was like, okay, cool. And I thought to myself, that's not that different from when I was hanging out with my friend who spent like 6 hours talking about Kamen Rider, and I don't give a shit about Kamen Rider. The only difference is one of them is a girl. That's it. The thing you like was equally boring to me. And then I imagine myself going on and on about fighting games while somebody's just like, it's like I don't really see the difference. It seems like both of you are just, fucking miserable. So maybe that's it. That I'm like, you guys seem to imagine that women are this entire other entity, when really they're just as dumb as you are. Maybe less, maybe more, depending on who we're talking about. Because, like, Nenes really doesn't think about anything. I don't think Nene has a single interest besides Hashiba.
No.
Because, like,
Um,
Yame likes to go to arcades.
yeah. What does Ronko do?
It's like Ranko's into, like, fashion. With how much he talks about clothes and shit.
Also, Yami's into fashion, so.
Yeah, but I feel that that's part of being friends with Ranko. You know how,
Yeah.
like, we're friends so we don't shut up about fighting games? Or, manga, as is given the nature of the fact that we started this entire thing on a conversation.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anything else you want to say?
I think that's pretty much it.
You don't
Oh,
want to you don't
but her
want to talk
brother.
about Kashi's brother?
Yeah, the brother.
The adorable crossdresser?
But he didn't have too much, so I can't really say
He's
much.
just came in.
Yeah.
He's just showed up. I like that it seems like he has a weird fixation on his sister, the way his sister has a weird fixation on Hashiba.
It's
Like,
weird.
alright,
I feel like
we're
it's
go
like Ronko's fixation on Yame.
Yame, yeah. Yeah, yeah, but but he hasn't tried to seduce anybody like Ronko has.
What are you talking about? They were met in the bathroom, remember?
Yeah, but
They had the
like
string.
remember, they're both dudes, so that's not actually weird.
But the string.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like when you go to a public bath, dudes are dudes. You can't actually stop a guy from coming in.
Uh,
And if one of them happens to be effeminate, well, that's tough for you, isn't it? I've always been a don't look around. Like when I go to places, I'm like, unless I'm particularly interested in the way somebody looks, I honestly don't think about anything besides what the fuck I came here for. Did I tell you about that time I decided to like check out a Hot Topic shirt section and I just literally went through every single shirt of bands that I knew? It's like, you suck, you suck, you suck, you're
yeah,
cool,
you
you
did.
suck, you suck. Like I just do that. So like, I didn't look around and then go like, ooh, is that like seeing girl standing next to me checking out the Chelsea Grin shirt? I'm like, no, fuck you. Chelsea Grin sucks. This band sucks. This band sucks. Which most people wouldn't think that's fun, but I found it fun as shit.
But I was trying to say, Yuki, that's his name?
Yeah,
Yeah, I was trying to say, he went to the bathroom just for him. So.
yeah, yeah. But I feel like more of his stuff has been like convincing his sister to back off, trying to get her to like close off, and then he goes like, "And then you'll be all mine," and it's like that's not gonna work, because then Ranko comes in to save the day. I love you,
like
Ranko.
a special guest has appeared on the show.
Yeah.
She just has the
Little
tall
fucking
mask.
mask. Yeah, the surgical mask. Like special guest, mysterious gal. What's
How does
up?
she know? How does she just know?
She's really intuitive. It seems to be that like almost every time she's figured something out, it's been on a guess. Like remember when she figured out that like fucking Hashiba's like really into Yame, so then she tried to seduce him away because she's like, no, no, no. I get the feeling that this is starting to improve, and she was right. Or when she looked at fucking Kashi's stream and then saw Boa and was like, yeah, that's the same face. Nah, fuck that.
Those are
That
the nerds, I think.
Yeah, his friends.
His friends.
His friends were. I
But
like
she
that you
needs to
called
find
them
it
the
from
nerds.
So yeah.
I love that you called them the nerds.
Whatever. I don't know. They don't do much.
They don't do a goddamn thing besides like watch streams and jerk off to porn and stuff.
I'm just putting them in that category.
Alright. I mean, that one guy got the Precure tickets. So he had something going on.
And he dressed up.
I wonder if he has a
That's
job. Cosplay's not dressing up. I refuse to accept that. I refuse that. I told you already, like, if I invited my friend out and then he's wearing a shirt that says old pie, and I'm like, you better hope she doesn't fucking know what that means. Or you've already, like, just shot yourself in the foot. Like,
But yeah.
oh, hey. So, like, one thing about the anime I want to mention People we know.
Yes.
Voice actors. People we know.
Ayana Tatsukatsu.
Taketatsu.
Yeah.
Good try. Good try, though. Gotta respect that try. Eiri Kitamura is Ranko. I like Eiri Kitamura. She's done a bunch of nice music for shows. Besides, like, voice acting. But yeah, she stars Darjeeling on fucking Girls from Panzer, that show that has like 80 seasons. The Girls with the Tanks.
Yeah.
She's Mahiro on Hayore Nyaruko-san, which I will continually bring that up because I like Hayore Nyaruko-san. She's on, I think she's on Boku no Hero Academia. I feel like she is. She's one of the bigger people, like, out and about, you know? I know she was on Ikitosa.
That was the mainstream stuff.
Yeah. I say big isn't like people, everyone knows about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't really use the phrases like mainstream or subversive or underground, because it always feels like self-aggrandizing. Like, yeah, I don't look at the mainstream. Like, it feels like that. So I've always just said either like big or like small. Because it's like, it's big, so everybody knows it, because there's marketing, and there's money, and there's games, and there's blah, blah, blah. And then it's small, it's like you got one show maybe ever, who gives a shit? Like, that's how I feel about fucking, Akunohana. That's a small show, that ain't going nowhere, you ain't gonna remember that, ain't nobody gonna give a shit besides us. It's such a good story, though. You know? Like, it's really good.
We're going on so many tangents.
Yeah. This is exactly like what 2 seconds ago we were talking about SNK heroines. You know what, though? This feels natural. This is what we do all the time.
Yeah.
If you're unfortunate enough to have us as friends, you know this is what we do for hours.
Like we're playing a game.
We're trying to play a tabletop. Not even kind of listening. Like, hey, this is what happens in the room, and I'm like, dude, did you see that video by blah blah blah? And you're like, what? And then we just start talking about that, and then somehow that spins off into like an anime or a manga we were reading, or music, and then they're like, hey, it's your turn to roll initiative. And I'm like, what? That's happened a lot.
Like every time we play with Steve or Carl.
Almost every time we play with our friends, they're just like not even paying attention. Right, but Eddie Kitamura was on Madoka.
Oh really? Who was she?
The blue-haired girl. What's her name? Sayaka.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and then Yui Ogura was Nene. Yui Ogura, we've mentioned her before because she's been on shows we've already talked about. Do you remember Yui Ogura?
Kinda. I just want to say she's on Dog Days. I'm not sure though.
Yes, she was, but not in the seasons you watched. In the third one.
Oh, so she was the extra character.
Yeah. She was on Rock Cube. She was on the little sister, one of the many little sisters on Oreimo. So like everyone turns out to be somebody's little sister, I think, in that show. But she was like one of the very, very obscure side characters in Infinite Stratos. One of those girls who had one line. Because she actually did the ending theme.
Oh, okay.
As part of Larval Stitch Planning? No, shit. I'm trying to remember. But yeah, she's on that. And was she on anything else?
Was she on High School DxD? Sorry,
she was in High School DxD.
Was she the blonde one?
No. No. The priestess?
Yeah.
You mean Asya?
Yeah.
No. She was like, again, one of the very, very unimportant like little side characters.
So she's good at singing, but I guess not voice acting.
Our people don't ask around a lot. She was on Jokumaji no Dandelion, which was cool for me. That's that show about like the 13 siblings that are all have powers. You ever talk about that?
Mm-mm.
Nah, it's cool. I don't know if it was like super big though. And I want to say, like a dude was on there that I know, but I can't remember for the life of me. I didn't write it down because I knew we weren't going to talk about the show.
Well, Shinpei was on Free, his voice actor. I remember that.
Who was it?
I don't remember.
Shinpei is the guy with the glasses?
The cosplaying one you hate.
God, I don't hate him.
But you hate his action.
I hate what he does. Yeah. He was on Free?
His voice actor was.
Was it the second one? Or
No,
was
it
it
was
the
on the
first
first
season?
Free.
It was in the first season? Because Free was just called Iwatobi Swim Club, right? And then it had the other ones. That was like, what was it? Like Dive to the Future? That was an OVA, right? Or was that the third season? No, that was the third season. There's a lot more Free than we actually...
Oh, wait, no. You know, he was on Petite Idolmaster, sorry. He was the...
Oh, he was on Puchimasa?
Yeah. He was, No. He was on Nanabaka. He was
What the fuck, dude?
Announcer.
Be clear! What? First,
He was Nanabaka.
like Free? Who was he on Free? Nambaka.
Yeah.
Okay. Who was it? What's the voice actor's name?
I can't remember.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, whatever. Wait, was the Nambaka guy one of the leads, or was it someone
No,
else?
he was just announcer for the tournament.
The ninja?
I guess he was Ninja.
Tsukumo, the ninja. The
No.
guy who was like, no? Are you sure?
Maybe you're right. Yeah.
Because if it was Tsukumo, then he was on Free, but he was on in the second and third season.
Yeah, I think it's Tsukumo.
No, it wasn't in the second season. He was in the third, though. Because the second season was Eternal Summer, and he wasn't on Eternal Summer. He was in Dive to the Future. He was the red-haired guy, Asahi.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So that's the
what it
third
is.
season.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so then you're talking about Toshiyuki Toyonaga?
Yes.
Oh! Really? Glasses guy was Toshiyuki Toyonaga?
Yes.
Oh. That is interesting. Because then that means he was the lead on Onichan no Koto Nankan Zenzen Tsuki whatever. That show where like his sister is slowly but surely manipulating him into considering fucking her.
Yeah, I remember that.
Remember that?
Yes.
Did you finish that manga, by the way?
I don't think so.
Oh, it ends it goes out there.
Yeah, I just looked it up and I confirmed it. It's Toyonaga Toshiyuki.
Toyonaga Toshiyuki, right? Toshiyuki Toyonaga.
Yeah.
Right. So then he was also on Basilisk and Bakumatsu Rock. And was he in Aikatsu? I feel like he was one of the nice guys in Aikatsu. It's Aikatsu mostly about the little magic girls, but sometimes there's other people. And he was the guy on Durarara, the main guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Again, once I know the name, I have a vague idea of what's happening. Although some people don't stick. So, okay, Toshiyuki Toyonaga. That's cool. I didn't know
He
that.
kind of looks like Shunfei. His glasses.
Yeah, he's got the glasses and like the very sharp face.
Yeah.
The guy who voiced Hashiba, he was on Achikochi. I like Achikochi. No one else talks about Achikochi.
Oh, I remember Achikochi.
Yeah. Such a good show.
It's mostly in the winter, right?
Yeah. They just hang out. Also on Minamike and Nodame Kantabiye. Nodame Kantabiye was Frank. Actually, you know what? Shintaro Asanuma, right? The guy who voices Hashiba? He voices the Junpei from Yankoi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just thought about that.
Huh.
He's also Suda on Seitokaiya Goindomo, but like that's for us. I don't. Versus people who have listened to the show, you know we talked about Nyankoi.
2 hours of it.
Oh boy, I feel like this is also getting pretty long in the tooth. What are we at? Do you have a time?
Yes, it's hour 12.
Oh shit. Okay. But anything else you want to say?
Um, yes.
Go. Yeah, I mean, please.
I really like the way these characters are drawn. Did we say that already?
Oh, we haven't really talked about
We
the art
talked about the
style.
fashion, but
Yeah, we haven't talked about the art style.
it's
But
really
you're right.
good.
Yeah, That's why I was kind of surprised that he's never done anything else.
Yeah, it's really good for
Because it feels
out
like
of nowhere.
you have to have been working on it with other people, rather either doing storyboard stuff or something. But then when I found out he did that one porn thing, in the porn thing, he goes, "By the way, my actual manga is out there." So I did it after, and I'm like, oh, he has a Pixiv, right? Like some of his sketches are. You know who he drew recently? Somebody from the what's her name? Otaru from Takashi Kashi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I looked at his Pixiv and I'm like, oh,
I have to
that's
see that.
funny. It looks nice. It's good.
Or do we have to bring up Takashi Kashi?
No, I was just bringing it up because, like, sketches.
I wonder if
He also drew the blonde haired girl Annie from Love Live. He drew a picture of Maki for her birthday.
Did he draw Browslet?
Bowsette? I don't think he's drawing Bowsette. Are we gonna talk about Bowsette?
Everyone get on Browslet.
Everyone get on Bowsette. That's all I have to tell you. You get on Bowsette. And if Steve,
Where do they come from?
Steve, if you're listening, I don't give a shit about how you feel. Get it on Bowsette. Ah, God.
He's gonna kill us.
I love that he hates it. Because, like, I remember, like, fucking getting told, oh, he was deleting the pictures. I'm like, what? Why? They were clean. And he goes, like, nah, I refuse to accept that this exists. And I was like, you know what? If that's your take on it, I respect that. I felt that way before.
I wouldn't have posted anything if he didn't say he hated it so much.
That's funny. Now it's funny. Yeah, now you just gotta fuck with him. But, yeah, get it up, how's that? Oh, boy, that's funny. Alright, well, I mean, art style's really cool. I'm surprised he hasn't really worked on anything else.
Opening's pretty cool.
Oh, for the show?
Yeah.
Yeah, the show's cool. Well, I mean, the show feels weird. It's like, a lot of the stuff is random and out of order.
It's very good quality, but yeah, the pacing's...
It's a pretty show. But if you read the manga, then you go like, wait, what? What's that about? Wait, when did she come in? Oh, she's here now? And I was like, yeah, fuck you.
I think it's one of the few things that I actually like the manga way better than the anime. Because the anime is just really nice to look at, but that's about it. And the voice actors are nice to hear.
Wait, are you
Manga's
still
still
super
better.
big on the Jitsu wa Watashi wa show over the manga?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying, like, you know how you watch the anime to see how nice it looks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like, just only watch the anime and see how nice it looks.
Okay, right. That like that what's going on there is not as fun as the manga. Yeah, I feel like some things tend to lose that over the transition. Like, you have to distill things over adaptations because you have limited runs and the way things work out.
But this one was, like, bad. Jitsu Watashi was okay. Or, well, it's good to me, but probably okay for you.
Yeah, I feel like compared to the source material, it is not that great. Because, boy, that manga's so good. And I can get why you say that about Hajimete no Gyaru, too, because, like, this is super fun to read. But the show I wasn't that into.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that it?
Yeah, that's about it.
And I don't really have shit else to say. So, guess it's time for food.
So, obviously, it has to be really sweet.
Has to be really sweet. Has to be, and not very heavy. So sweet,
like
not very
honey?
heavy. So I feel like this is a kind of candy, honestly.
Is it nothing?
No. It's more than nothing, because there's actual dynamics to their relationship.
Yeah, Ronco's is crazy.
There's something going on with the way their relationship develops.
And it's supposed to be this way.
Yeah, it feels good. I like it. But it is very sweet. Do you feel like it's a kind of candy bar?
Candy bars are usually heavy.
I'm just saying, like a Snickers bar is heavy, but I don't feel like a Kit Kat is. You get what I'm saying?
What do we represent as chocolate again?
Well, I mean, chocolate is just sweet,
Because dark
and
chocolate
like
was.
dark chocolate's different. Dark chocolate's intense and bitter, but
Kit
like
Kat's like light chocolate.
yeah. Well, milk chocolate, yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, should it be like a kind of bar with something else in it, like a wafer bar or like a nougat bar, like a Three Musketeers, or should it be more like just a regular old milk? She's
I
her.
think it comes down to how to describe the relationship, like how
There's-
much is there.
There's enough there to be a candy bar, I feel, but not enough to be a heavy one.
It's not a wedding cake.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, it's not.
Because we haven't heard anything like super serious about their background history.
Yep.
Okay, candy bar is good.
Yeah, but which one?
Sweet candy bar.
I feel like maybe just a regular milk chocolate bar like Hershey's. Because there's not too much to it that I would say that it requires another layer. Like, it's not a Snickers bar. Snickers has too much stick. Yeah. So, Hershey's milk chocolate bar. Satisfying. Pretty normal. Pretty normal, all things considered.
His friends aren't normal.
Yeah, but his friends aren't always there.
They're like once
I
every
don't feel like his friends are there enough to be important. Although, ironically, the entire relationship started because of his friends. Do you feel there's tons of stuff there?
No.
Alright.
I was gonna say honeycomb cereal.
Honeycomb cereal. Okay,
Yeah, it's
tell me
a
why.
lot different, but here we go. So the milk could be kind of like soft, and like how like all the scenes are like kind of edgy and stuff.
Right.
And the honeycomb could be the sweet part of it. It's not too heavy.
Yeah, okay, I have a question. Have you ever eaten just one bowl of cereal?
No milk. Yeah.
No, I mean like just the one bowl, or have you had more than one?
Yeah, I had more than one.
Yeah. Okay. Because I wonder, does that mean that like you want to go through the whole thing rather than just a single section? Because if that's like another thing you're adding to it, I can get that. Like where like the anime is like one bowl, but like the manga's like 4 or 5 bowls, and you're like, all right, this is what I wanted.
Oh, like a lot of bowls of cereal.
That's what I mean.
Oh, the real sweet part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. I think that works. Honeycomb. Honeycomb cereal. That's what you get, Hajimete no Gyaru. Honeycomb cereal. I love you.
I
And
like it better than
the chocolate bar? Yeah, I think it works. That, like, we could say that... See, like, the thing about the Kit Kat thing is I was like, well, you could take a piece of it or you could have the whole thing, but then I wonder how that works with regards to the manga. You know? Because I don't feel like you can actually take off chunks of it. Like, there's no... It's not like JoJo where you could read one part and technically it's done. That's what I mean. So, like, yeah, I do like the honeycomb cereal thing better. Although, I'll admit, I think I've only ever eaten it once in my entire life. So, I don't remember how sweet it is.
It's the sweetest cereal I had.
Okay. Well, I'll give it to you there, then. Good job, Manga Professor. Good job.
Like we said, we're getting really good at this.
Yeah. If I'm not getting it in the first one, you're getting it in the second. This is pretty efficient.
We have refined the taste of anime.
Shut the fuck up. When you say it like that, I just immediately remember Grumpy G-san. Remember that old dude who used to review anime? He had primo taste. What a hero. He's dead now. Damn shame. Damn shame. You will be missed, Grumpy G-san. So, I guess that's it for Manga Palette this time. Thank you very much for listening, and if you're still here, you get it.
Yeah, you guys